If you are bored of doing a career mode in one of the top 5 leagues, then this video is perfect for you. I will show you 5 of the best European teams to use in career mode this year, of course with no teams from the top 5 leagues. If you go in and enjoy this video, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel to not miss another video. Now let's get into it. Porto quite incredibly won the treble in the 2003-04 season, winning the Portuguese League, Portuguese Cup and the Champions League. It was the start of a long managing career for Jose Mourinho, who was the manager of the team at the time. Some players and former players you might know are Wisła, Ricardo Carvalho, Ricardo Costa, Sergio Conceição, who is the current Porto manager, and Deco. The top goalscorer of the team in that season was Benny McCarthy, who was a South African attacker who managed to score 20 goals. Porto is a great team to use a FIFA22 career mode, as you can try and recreate this incredible scenario within your save. I would recommend to try and get quite similar players to the ones who were in the team back then. So a Portuguese attacking midfielder as the new Deco, a South African striker who represents McCarthy, and a Portuguese centre-back to be the new Ricardo Carvalho, for example. You can also make yourself a new manager who has just started his managing career, win a treble with Porto, and maybe follow a similar path to Jose Mourinho, who then went to Chelsea, Inter, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur and AS Roma. You can also try to recreate Sergio Conceição, who is the current FC Porto manager and is also a new manager at the start of his new managing career. You won't have to sign a player to represent Sergio Conceição in the treble winning squad, as Sergio's son is already in the game and also plays for Porto. He is called Francisco Conceição and he is an 18-year-old right midfielder at the start of a new save and is 70 rated with 86 potential. If you decide to do a career mode with Porto, you will also have to make good use of the youth academy, as Porto is constantly producing high quality youngsters who get plenty of playing time in the first team currently as well. I would recommend to mainly send the scouts to Portugal and Brazil, but it could also be fun to send one to South Africa to try and find your new Benny McCarthy through the youth academy. Besides Francisco Conceição, Porto has a lot of other high potential gems too, such as Diogo Costa, João Mario, Luis Diaz, Evan Nilsson, Fabio Vieira, Vitinha, and even Romario Barro and Diogo Leite, who are out on loan in the first season. Some other key players are Jesus Corona, Pepe, Otavio and Mateus Uribe. And last but not least, they have quite a challenging league to play in as well. With Sporting Portugal and Benfica, there are in total 3 big teams who will fight for the league title. Trying to win the league every season will be tough. Rangers is the football club with the most trophies in European history, having won the Scottish League title 55 times, the Scottish Cup 33 times, the Scottish League Cup 27 times and the domestic treble 7 times. Rangers won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1972 as well. The club with the most trophies won in the world is Al Ahly from Egypt. Rangers has a big rivalry with Celtic, as everyone knows, and since Rangers were promoted back to the First Division of Scotland after winning the 2015-16 championship, they have been fighting with Celtic for the league title every season. Earlier this year, Rangers managed to win the league title for the first time in 10 years, ending the league campaign undefeated with a club record of 102 points. Unfortunately, Rangers Stadium, Ibrox, isn't in FIFA yet. However, you can edit the generic stadiums now in FIFA22, which could help you make it look relatively close to Ibrox. With Steven Gerrard leaving Rangers for Aston Villa in the Premier League, the club appointed Giovanni van Bronckhorst as the new head coach. Van Bronckhorst used to play for the club and wasn't managing any club at the time of the appointment. You can try to recreate Van Bronckhorst and help him elevate his managing career by winning the Scottish League title with Rangers, potentially winning a European Cup as well. Some key players in Rangers' current team are Ianis Hagi, son of former legendary footballer Georgia Hagi, Ryan Kent, Alfredo Morelos, James Tavernier and Joe Aribo. I would recommend to keep at least 50% of the squad Scottish and have another percentage from other United Kingdom countries. A lot of people might have heard of Malmo before, as it's the first club Zlatan Ibrahimovic played for in his career. They are also the most successful football club in Sweden with the most trophies. The club have won the Swedish League 22 times and 14 national cups. Fun fact, Malmö remains the only club from the Nordic countries, so Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway and Sweden, to reach the final of the European Cup, the predecessor to the Champions League. Malmo lost 1-0 in the final to Nottingham Forest in 1979 to end up being runners-up. Other former players of Malmö besides Ibrahimovic are Emil Forsberg, who is currently at Red Bull Leipzig, Matthias Svanberg, who is at Bologna, Robin Olsen, currently loaned out to Sheffield United, and Pontus Jansson, who is now at Brentford. Their coach is also a relatively young coach at 45 years of age, with Sean Dahl Thomasson being the current head coach of the club. Malmo managed to win the Swedish league title a couple of weeks ago, beating AIK on goal difference to be exact. Some of their current talents or more well-known players are Anel Ahmed Hodzic, Niklaus Moisander, Martin Olsson, Sergio Peña and Ola Toivonen. If you are choosing to do a career mode with Malmo, your main goals will be to win the Swedish league every season, but also trying to finally win the club a Champions League. A story that's been relatively under the radar is from former Borussia Dortmund player Jakub Blaszczykowski, who returned back to the team where his career started, at Wisła Kraków in Poland. He returned to the club in 2019 and is playing without getting a pay. He also contributed a significant amount of his own money to help the club out of financial troubles, and Kuba, which is his nickname, is now a part owner of the club as well. Wisła Kraków is one of the oldest and most successful Polish football clubs. They have won 13 national titles, the last one being in 2011. Wisła Kraków has also won the Polish Cup 4 times and managed to reach the quarterfinals in the 1978-79 European Cup, now known as the Champions League, and won the UEFA Intertoto Cup in 1969, 1970 and 1973. Wisła have a long-standing rivalry with Cracovia, who are also based in Krakow. The rivalry dates back more than 100 years and is called the Holy War, to describe the rivalry of Krakow's Jewish teams Maccabi and Shutsanka. But alongside this rivalry, the matches between Wisła Kraków and Legia Warsaw is often seen as the greatest rivalry in Polish club football, as the two sides have historically been the most successful clubs in Poland. The rivalry between two of Poland's biggest cities of Krakow and Warsaw makes the rivalry even bigger. To add an even bigger meaning to this match, Krakow lays in the south part of Poland, whilst Warsaw lays in the north side, and Krakow used to be the capital of Poland before Warsaw. Some of the current key players in Wisła Krakow's squad are Jeboa, Piotr Starczynski and Kuba himself, of course. Help Kuba to win the Polish league with Wisła Kraków again before he decides to retire in career mode. You can also start a player career with him, retire him immediately and try and get the Wisła Kraków job. He has a face scan in the game too, which would make him a great manager to use in career mode and a perfect manager who can win the Polish league with this club. FCSB, or more known as the former name of Steaua Bucharest, have won the Romanian League 26 times, the Romanian Cup 24 times and the Romanian Super Cup 6 times, which are all competition records. Internationally, they have won the European Cup, now of course known as the Champions League, in 1986, alongside the European Super Cup. They managed to reach another European Cup final in 1989, but lost to AC Milan. The club has a long-standing rivalry with Dinamo Bucharest, who also play in the Romanian League currently. The matches are commonly referred to as the Eternal Derby, or the Romanian Derby. Steaua currently has some fun and interesting players in the squad, such as young talent Octavian Popescu, Ioannis Stoica, Alexandru Musi and Florin Elkoman. They've had some good players over the last few years as well, such as Olimpiu Morutan and Dennis Mann. The club also had Romanian legend George Hagi at the club as well, who played 97 matches and scored in 76 of them. The main goal in a career mode with Steaua is to win the Romanian League multiple times and to of course relive the old memories of winning a Champions League again. Key is to use the youth academy and bring in a lot of Romanian talents who can help you win the Champions League. So these were 5 of the highest recommended teams from outside the top 5 leagues you should manage in career mode. Which team will you give a try? Let me know in the comments. If you thought this video was helpful, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel to not miss any other career mode tips, and I will see you at the next video.